Yeah, we've been telling them about it when they were at the school. So it's nice.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I know it's going to be better over time than the last.
It's always good.
I grew up upstate New York where to get on the 90 or on the highway, it's all those just twists and turns to get there.
Yeah, I don't go out to Wyoming County or Buffalo very often.
There shouldn't be a reason.
Try to keep them short.
The furthest I've been in the last few years has been Livingston. Have you ever been there? That's where the wedding was?
No, the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I was there in between. There was
Yeah, so 3 waterfalls.
I had no idea. We were
No, she's up there with Jesse.
So Rebecca needs to be.
I have not seen your profile.
okay, just for 4 minutes. Are you seeing that? Is that good?
I'm on it.
I need to keep it though after the talk.
They gave me 3 minutes.
Yeah, and honestly, like, just to avoid walking on that bridge,
Oh, look how they put people on there.
right?
Oh, yeah. It looks so real.
I know, that's what we were trying to like piece together,
I was
like
gonna say.
where things are gonna drop you off and stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you. This takes a lot of work. This will be wonderful. When we're doing updates at meetings, I'll be like, all right.
All right, can I have your attention, please? All eyes up here and for the cameras as well. All right. So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Barritt, Chair of the South Burlington City Council. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. We have with us today representatives of Senator Bernie Sanders, Peter Welch, and Representative Becca Balint, whom I will introduce later. We also have staff from the City of South Burlington. We have the City Manager, Jesse Baker, and the Community Development Director, Alana Blanchard, and our Interim Public Works Director, Erica Quallen-Toll, is here as well. We also have folks from Engineers Construction, and we are here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the east-west transportation crossing here at exit 14 of Interstate I-89. Otherwise known as the Walk-Bike Bridge. Our interstate highway system was started in 1956 by President Eisenhower to satisfy initiatives in commerce, travel, suburban growth, and Cold War national defense. And while it is a phenomenal achievement in civil engineering, and a monument to car and truck transportation, it has also had tremendous effects on urban and rural areas, dividing farmland and erasing whole neighborhoods in cities. Many cities have been fixing these penetrations by burying these interstate thoroughfares, namely Seattle and Boston, among others. It's no coincidence that bridges are highly symbolic. They're meant to convey, but more importantly, they are meant to connect. We have UVM and medical center housing, retail, grocery, and restaurants on one side, and a university, and residents and businesses on the other. This bridge offers a low carbon emission opportunity to cross the interstate in a safe manner. This helps meet our city plan goals and addresses the #1 corridor project in the South Burlington Active Transportation Plan. Exit 14 is the state's busiest interchange on the interstate, and since its construction, it's been very difficult for bikers and pedestrians. The entrance and exit ramps conflict with walkers and bikers, creating a tricky and risky crossing experience for students at UVM who are seeking groceries and sundries, and also commuters. This new bridge will fix that. It's been in the works since 2021 when a $9.8 million RAISE grant was awarded by the U.S. Office of the Secretary of Transportation. It was designed by VHB with Majeski and Masters, an urban idea lab led by Aaron Guyette, and it had a lot of public feedback. City Council voted to approve this project November 2022, and city voters approved using TIF funds for the match in 2023. Then we also received another $8 million federal grant. We would like to specially mention and thank VTrans for being an incredible partner on this project, assisting the city in navigating all the federal and state steps in using this funding and also in building within this interstate ramp area. Thank you, Peter Pochop and Ande DeForge. This is no small feat. Projects like these require years of planning, design, easement purchases, and then the bid process. And here we are at the point where shovels hit the ground and work starts on the bridge. So thanks to all the people that put in a lot of hard hours on this project so far. There's more to come. And I'd like to introduce some other speakers. First, we have Cara Thanassi, who's the Deputy Outreach Director for the Office of Senator Sanders. Cara?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cara Thanassi, as introduced. I'm an outreach representative for Senator Bernie Sanders. I know the senator would have liked to be here in person, but I thank you for the opportunity to offer a few remarks on his behalf. First, congratulations to South Burlington on the groundbreaking of the I-89 walk-bike bridge to connect Chittenden County's extensive regional bicycle and pedestrian network across the busiest federal highway interchange in Vermont. Our economy, and just as importantly, our people, rely on well-functioning infrastructure. Without it, towns and cities can't attract businesses, municipalities can't deliver safe drinking water, people can't get to work. It is also no secret that at a time when we are seeing the devastating impacts of climate change, we need to drastically reduce our carbon emissions. One of the simplest ways to do that is to help people get to where they need to go by walking or biking instead of driving. As you all know too well, many communities cannot afford to make these much needed upgrades on their own. As a former mayor, Bernie understands these challenges, and he has long been committed to securing federal funding to make these kinds of necessary upgrades. That is why, as a senior member of the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee, he was pleased to support the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which has brought billions of dollars into our state for projects, including this one, that improve our transportation systems and other infrastructure. Thank you for having me here today. I'm a former South Burlington resident, so it's very exciting. And on behalf of Bernie, congratulations to the South Burlington community on this important milestone. Thanks.
Thank you, Cara. Next, we have Rebecca Ellis, who's the State Director for the Office of Senator Peter Welch.
On behalf of Senator Peter Welch, it is my pleasure to congratulate the City of South Burlington on the groundbreaking of its I-89 bike pedestrian bridge. Along with Senator Sanders and Congresswoman Balint, Senator Welch was pleased to support the federal grants from the U.S. Department of Transportation that have made this project possible. There are some things in life that we don't think we will ever see. iPhones, electric cars, the dome over Winooski. Having grown up in Burlington, I am so pleased and excited that the bike ped bridge over I-89 is one of the things that we will see and that will be completed in my lifetime. Since the early 2000s, South Burlington has been developing a compact, walkable downtown in its city center by adding housing, cross streets, municipal and community services. The I-89 intersection has long been identified as a barrier to bike and ped mobility in the Exit 14 area. Currently, pedestrians and cyclists must navigate 4 on and off ramps next to 6 lanes of weaving high-speed traffic to cross over the interstate. I am sure many of you have seen, or maybe you have been, one of the pedestrians and cyclists crossing the on and off ramps in this area, and have shared my worry about their safety. The construction of a multi-use bike and pedestrian bridge will enable walkers, cyclists, and people of all abilities to cross this area safely. The project will allow people to work, shop, go to school, and access services without ever getting into a car. The bridge will also connect some of the largest and fastest growing employers in the state with employees who prefer to commute by bike or foot, reducing climate emissions and saving money for commuters. Supporting a walkable community will help South Burlington meet local and state climate action goals, promote healthy exercise, and improve the quality of life for people on both sides of the bridge. I would like to thank all of the people who made this project possible, including the city's municipal leadership, the City Council, ECI Construction, and the voters of South Burlington. Again, it's my pleasure to be here today, and congratulations.
Thank you, Rebecca. Next up, we have Thomas Renner, who is the Community Liaison and Constituent Services Rep for the office of Congressman Becca Balint.
Thank you very much. The Congresswoman wishes she could be here today and sends her regrets, and a note from her as well for me to share with you. A huge thank you to everyone who is involved in getting to this day. I know there is years and years of work that goes into a project before we even get to see the groundbreaking. This pedestrian and bicycle bridge is a transportation connector that this community has been asking for and wanted for a very long time. This bridge will represent the great things government can do when we're in partnerships with our community and when true community advocacy shines through. The City of South Burlington worked diligently with the federal government and other partners to draw down funds that I, Senator Welch, and Senator Sanders have supported and advocated for. This investment of your federal tax dollars will support safe transportation, more housing, economic development, and so much more. I'm so excited for this construction to start so that we can see the first stage of this construction, and then when it finishes, a second phase, because the community of South Burlington did not just think about this bridge, but thought about where else it can go and what else it can do. I was proud to have secured over $1 million for the phase 2 of this project, which will further connect this great community. So again, thank you to everybody who worked diligently in making this project happen. I can't wait for the ribbon cutting.
Thank you, Thomas. Last but not least is the chair of our Bike and Ped Committee, Havaleh Gagne.
Thank you all for having me. So, groundbreaking suggests the beginnings of something bright with new possibilities. But while this is true, my experience on the Bike Ped Committee has taught me how much work goes to getting here. I had no idea as a regular citizen, but now I really have some inkling, and it's truly remarkable. So I start each of my committee meetings with words of gratitude, and so today is going to be the same. I appreciate all of the community members who took time to come to the visioning sessions, the planning sessions, and for the voters who approved of this project. We're all busy, our time is valuable, and sharing it with the greater community is a gift. I appreciate my fellow Bike Ped committee members who, in our advisory role, have been active throughout this planning process. I especially thank Alona Blanchard and Erica Toll, and all the staff members of the city who, with their tireless efforts behind the scenes, got us from a bright idea to a groundbreaking. So I guess as a community, all of the planning work is the submerged part of the iceberg, and the building part is actually the tip of the iceberg. So I'm excited to finally see the top of the iceberg now. Also, this is kind of a big group, but in our bike committee meetings, it's open forum for anyone else who has words of gratitude, but it's a big group, so not everyone wants to say that much. But you can think it in your heart. And so my notes also say that we are going to pause for a round of applause for thanking everybody. Okay, so what does our bridge mean for us as a community? Currently, South Burlington's walking and rolling infrastructure has two main problems as I see it. It's fragmented, somewhat fragmented, and it lacks visibility, even among the people who live here. Our new bridge will help with both of these problems. Firstly, fragmentation. 1963, we build the interstate. Cars and trucks, they're getting through fine. People, not so much. People not in cars and trucks, not so much. This bridge, our bridge, is going to help repair that rift. With our new bridge, I envision a brighter South Burlington where we have less vehicular traffic and more wheelchairs, scooters, pedestrians, and cyclists, where it is easier and more pleasant to get to your destination by walking or rolling than it is to drive. Where owning a car will be optional for more people. Our new bridge will be part of this bright future. Our second problem, visibility. We are already home to 25 miles of shared use paths, over 50 miles of sidewalks, and 250 crosswalks to provide people with safe, comfortable, non-vehicle transportation. South Burlington was also recently designated as a bronze level community from the League of American Bicyclists. This distinction is held by only 444 communities in the nation and only 6 in Vermont. We have got great structure. This is going to make it bigger. Despite this, many people are not aware of the extensive resource that this is for our whole region. This is multiplied by its location as the central conduit connecting Burlington, Williston, Shelburne, Colchester, and with like a little short connector, Essex and Winooski. We are really in a prime location to connect a lot of people. So our whole bridge will give our whole path more visibility. Our bridge will be highly visible because it stretches over I-89, sure. It's going to be brightly lit if you look at the pictures. We're going to have lights, it's going to be great. And by design, it will be an iconic landmark. We have one remaining problem. Our iconic bridge does not have a name. It doesn't have a name yet. It needs a name. City Council is currently working on a process to give us a name. In the meantime, I offer you my suggestions for your consideration. You may have noticed I've used the term bright a lot in my speech. I went off the script a little bit, but it was actually about 6 times. And I'm going to count my sweater as number 7. I propose naming our bridge Bright Bridge after South Burlington resident Lavinia Bright, who takes her place in Vermont history as the first woman of color in the Vermont legislature representing South Burlington. Mrs. Bright, a teacher, a wife, a mother, raised her family here. She served from 1989 to 1994 as our representative, and her major legislative contribution being the state's first Parental and Family Leave Act. Mrs. Bright is a model for all of us, someone who, while living her busy life day after day, takes time to serve her community and leave it better than she found it. Her personal philosophy was about inclusion of people, especially those in the margins. This is exactly what Bright Bridge will do. Bright Bridge opens transportation to more people who may not have access to a car, along with those who would prefer not to use a car. This name both honors a historic South Burlington resident and encapsulates the future of our active transportation infrastructure. Bright Bridge. Bright Bridge. It's also catchy and fun to say. And with this, I thank you. It's hot and we should probably do some digging. So thanks for all coming and I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Havaleh. So at this point, I'm just going to say thanks again for coming. We're going to pose for pictures. We're going to do a ceremonial groundbreaking over here, and then that will conclude the meeting today. So who wants to take pictures with representatives?
But I was just working and also my alarm went off and I was like, oh, I gotta go. So I up and jumped on my bike.
We see each other and kind of wave at our meetings sometimes for transportation.
Oh, yeah. I think my brother was involved with this. Jesse, you want that beer, Sharon? You here?
You and me?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
Doug's getting everybody prepared.
One more. Okay.
Hey, is anyone want to look here for a couple? You want to look here?
Thank you.
Here comes a big lens. Watch out for the big lens. Okay, last one. Put your arm down. All right. So we're doing a ceremonial groundbreaking. Alana?
No, you're going to put us to work tonight.
Alana?
That's what we did again?
Alana, are we going behind the guardrail? I don't know. We must go behind the guardrail.
We can do that.
We're digging grass.
The only way to fall. It's not ideal. Well, let's go over here. What are we doing? Go like this. You want to get over? I don't think you want to go over this.
You want to take the LOD down? What's that?
They don't have insurance, don't fall. Okay?
Ribbons later.
Don't fall. Don't fall back.
I know, I'm trying to find a spot to pull some dirt up.
Got it where you can tie it.
Oh.
You got anything you can get hold of?
Not gonna find us throwing dirt.
I really just want
Can I go over here? All right, we're done.
Thank you.
Are we done?
Yo, no, I don't know what's under there, but it's not.
Well, there's no dirt really, and we don't want to hit the grass.
It's silken paint. Tom did. You mind if we take it?
There we go. We're in it now, bud.
Should have 13 shovels.
You could have two. Look at the option. There's a lot. So busy.
Oh, we have another one in the truck.
Get it.
Squeeze in, guys.
Gotta get close. Get close. Is she bringing? She's getting another shovel, yeah.
Oh, we got another shovel coming.
Hold on. Who's the other one? Alright. That's why this is great.
Here we go. There's Aaron. Aaron, Sarah.
So I work at the University of Vermont, 6.6 miles that way, and I often have to walk over to my bank and to the U-Mall, and I try to do that during the lunch break to get steps in. And so I know this intersection, this cloverleaf, and it is treacherous for bikers and walkers. So I personally know how valuable it will be to have a dedicated path, a bike ped path that will connect these two parts of South Burlington that were divided when the interstate came in 50 years ago. So I think this is a great expenditure of resources. I see pedestrian paths all over Canada, all over this country. I don't see a lot of them in Vermont, but it makes a lot of sense for the busiest intersection in the state. That's exit 14, and it's exactly what South Burlington and Burlington need to connect the University of Vermont campus to the growing South Burlington City Center. So I'm really excited to see this happen.
Hi, my name is Brian Davis. I'm Transportation Planning Program Manager at the Chittenden County Regional Planning Commission, and we're here at the groundbreaking of the Exit 14 Walk-Bike Bridge in South Burlington, and it's amazing. There's a giant crowd. Everyone's having a good time celebrating this momentous event. This is a legacy project in our region's walk, bike, and roll network, so this is amazing that we're finally getting underway. After years, if not decades, of planning and visioning for this. So congrats to the South Burlington team, to VTrans, to the construction engineers, to everyone involved, the residents, the public. It's going to be a great project to make it more comfortable, safer, easier to get across the interstate between South Burlington and Burlington. So thanks to everyone involved. We look forward to a great project.
So my name is Jessie Baker. I'm the city manager here in South Burlington. This is a project our community has been working on for many, many years, 40 decades of planning for City Center. And this is the piece of infrastructure that's going to connect our city center to our neighbors on the other side of Exit 14 and our neighbors in the city of Burlington.
Hi, my name is Matt Van Wagner, and I'm a resident of South Burlington. And I am so happy to see this day, because it strikes fear in my heart when I need to ride my bike from South Burlington into the city of Burlington. And I feel like I'm playing Frogger all the time, and I'm the frog that's going to get run over. So I'm really glad now we'll have a safe way to be able to get across from South Burlington into my auto repair place, into my church. This is really great. So very happy.
So a lot of people here with bikes, not a lot of bike racks for it. It's a thing that comes up a lot that we still need a lot more work on to require. But I think this is kind of a bittersweet day. The intersection behind us is really unsafe. It's been unsafe. The 2002 VTrans design guidelines for pedestrian infrastructure are in very much contrast to the design over here, but it would have been a lot faster and cheaper to correct those than to wait a long time for a big bridge project, especially when the alignment was pre-chosen. They had a lot of gimmicky alternatives that they went through in the design process, like having a gondola or lining up with the center of the U-Mall building, but never evaluated crossing to the north side or south side of the U-Mall building and connecting into the city's grid network better. Which is also funny because there's TIF funding in this and the Williston Road beautification project, but those projects aren't in the TIF district and they end up bypassing it. Also, the intersection where they meet at the top of Dorset Street, there's been no design to go into making that safer for pedestrians or cyclists. And even the tail where they wrap around onto Dorset Street, they haven't committed to moving the sidewalk off of being curbside. And as we saw, especially last winter, the plow would keep dumping icy chunks of snow there, and it was very difficult for people to traverse that sidewalk. It just seems incumbent that if we're changing it, we should change it to the modern standards, and really the standards from 25 years ago, and try to make things a lot safer, rather than just take the easy way of lining this into the highway right-of-way and not really take the safety seriously.
Okay, so my name is Nick. I'm a resident of South Burlington. I've been looking forward to this project for a couple years now. I ride my bike often as I can for commuting, pleasure, on group rides, and I've been hit on my bike not far from here, less than a quarter of the mile away. So I'm in favor of anything that makes it safer and easier and more dignified to be riding around, walking around, getting around without a car, and tremendously proud of my community and the greater Burlington community for coming together on this project, making it happen. I'm so excited to see this happen and looking forward to riding on it when it's done.
Ilana Blanchard, Community Development Director.
Aaron Guyette, the project manager with VHB.
So my role in this project has been project managing the design phase. I worked very closely with Aaron and members of the community and the council to move this project from a part of a plan from the vision and into design and then to construction.
Yeah, and parallel to that process, we on the design team worked very closely with Alana and her team at the city throughout the project definition phase, determining concept that would be then designed and then brought into construction. We did all the final design work and got the project ready to be put out to bid to contractors.
So how long have you been working on it? And is it everything that you were hoping it was going to be?
I've been working on this probably since I started working for the city. I think I heard about the possibility of a pedestrian bicycle bridge and I knew it was in a plan, and it was in a plan. Someone came in and talked to me about it, and so it ended up in the TIF district plan, which was adopted by the council in 2012.
Let me ask you one final question.
Yes.
What happened to the gondola?
The gondola was not a 24-hour solution, and so the community was not supportive of it being the final solution when we were scoping out the project. And you asked me about this, is it everything I expected? I think that it way exceeds my expectations. The community and the committees, the designers, the architect, the engineers were very interested in a project that would attract people and be used by people and be loved by people, and I think that really shows in the design.
Anything else?
I mean, I'll just add that it's been a very unique design process, And I represent a lot of different design professionals, including structural engineers, highway engineers, bike ped professionals, landscape architects. We have an architect on our team. And so there's a lot of different people behind the scenes that have made this come to life.
An artist?
An artist, yeah. Not every day that you work on a bridge project with an architect and an artist.